12:30 on a Tuesday means one thing: Asian House Vols Talk with Caleb Calhoun. It has been, once again, people who talk about Tennessee being a basketball school. Well, the stories this week have been primarily about Tennessee basketball. Certainly losing out on Kerry Blackshear to the Florida Gators earlier this week. But now, DJ Burns entering the transfer portal. If you're not familiar with DJ Burns, I happen to think of all the untested post players that the Tennessee Volunteers had returning for their team in 1920. It was going to be Burns who had, of all the untested post players, the best stats from high school. That maybe that was going to be the unsung hero, if you will, or the sleeper player. The guy, I even saw one, real early SEC basketball projection list him as a projected starter. But he enters a transfer portal. Why? Caleb Calhoun of allfortennessee.com.
I have no idea why, honestly. I thought by Kerry Blackshear, I could have seen this if Kerry Blackshear didn't transfer to Tennessee, but I thought by Kerry Blackshear not coming, I thought DJ Burns would have relatively thought he had a safe chance of starting. And this is just baffling. I know it's a huge blow to the Vols. I mean, imagine this for a second, because this is still possible here. Imagine, so Kerry Blackshear didn't come. Imagine DJ Burns does end up transferring, and then Uros Plastic, the 7'1" center, for whatever reason, does not get the eligibility waiver to be able to play this year. What's Tennessee's postgame going to look like? I mean, there's nobody. I mean, they'll have to start John Fulkerson maybe, and then move Ian Pons over to the floor. I mean, that's just not a feasible postgame. If Uros Plastic can go, then they can potentially offset it by moving Ian Pons over to the floor. And, you still have guys like Zach Kent and Drew Pimber and the other recruit from Maryland, who one of them may end up emerging. But if DJ Burns transfers and Plastic can't go, then I don't know what Tennessee's going to be able to do this year in the post. They're in trouble then.
He was Burns a 2,000-point scorer, and I know that a lot of Tennessee media tends to be sympathetic. Well, it's just the transfer portal; he's not gone yet, and all. But it does seem like why would you be going? Could this be friction, chemistry? I no longer see eye to eye with Rick Barnes. I really don't like a player on the current team. I'm, suddenly I've become the whipping boy on the roster in terms of, just how you fit in socially or something like that. I mean, I'm trying to figure out, and these are the, it's all speculation, but could it be something like that DJ Burns, yes, you thought that DJ Burns was going to be the center or, of the Tennessee Volunteers starting center this year. And where's he going to go to that he gets it better? That's the question I ask. I mean, have you anything else? You seem to be as shocked as I am.
Yeah, no, I think the most shocking part is that he didn't enter the portal while Tennessee was going after Kerry Blackshear. It's really shocking for him to decide to do this now after it's confirmed that Blackshear is not heading to Rocky Top. And so I think that, I really am as baffled as you are about it. Again, maybe there's obviously the chance, like I said, with Uros Plastic at center, it might end up being the guy that Barnes tries to build around. And, maybe DJ Burns was a little upset that nobody had faith in him to be able to step in the post game, realizing that Kerry Blackshear wouldn't come. None of us have seen anything from him at the college level. He's, based on his UT Sports listing, he's 6'9", 270. There was a chance that you could see Burns and Plastic together starting at the power forward and the center spots this year. But, yeah, I don't think... The question is, why is he doing it? I don't think it's the biggest blow to Tennessee basketball yet, because they still have some pieces on the inside, a bunch of untested pieces. But the key is having Plastic being able to go, and assuming, and they still need to find a backup point guard, assuming that they start Lamonte Turner and Josiah James, which I can't imagine Rick Barnes not starting both of them.
Well, I would just suggest that the offense for Rick Barnes next year is going to be run down, shoot up a three, and if it doesn't go in, up to find, maybe Plavsic underneath there putting in the garbage or something. But I do wonder, how good do you think Plavsic is? I've got my skepticism there. I mean, he got into one game at Arizona State, known for football, not basketball. How good do you think that he could be if he does play this year?
I don't know. That's the other thing. I think something tells me Rick Barnes saw something in him, and hey, college basketball is a sport where just being a 7-footer can give you an advantage in college basketball. And so I think that, if Rick Barnes wants to run more up-tempo this year, Plavsic probably could work out with that because he can clean up buckets underneath the basket. He can set the fast break with the outlet pass off a rebound and little things like that. So, yeah, I don't think Plavsic would be. He's probably not that skilled. If Barnes was trying to play big again and do a half-court offense, he probably wouldn't work as well. But with Blackshear not coming, he could probably start Plavsic just to be a body underneath the basket at this point.
See, the way I was looking at Tennessee before is, okay, if they can get Blackshear, then, maybe there's a team that, okay, they make the NCAAs and then go on a run. It's always possible. You're an SEC team in the NCAAs. Certainly Tennessee, we could argue, did they go on a run this year? Hey, they won 2 games. They made the Sweet 16. Think about it that way. But I'm just right now saying, boy, I think it'd be fortunate to make the NCAAs. I mean, you've got 3 good guards, don't get me wrong. But again, what's going to be going on in the paint? And unless you just have, go up, shoot threes and, hit 35% from the 3 or something like that, I just don't see, I just think the goal should be the NCAA tournament. Let's put it that way. And if you get there, great. And you're going to have until some other nice recruits come in 2020 for the 2021 season, that maybe this is a year of regression for Tennessee basketball. That's just sort of the way that I look at it. I mean, what other than the 3 guards, what optimism do you have about the Vols Cagers here? Caleb Calhoun of allfortennessee.com.
I'm with you. It's limited now. My only optimism that I think Tennessee could have would be maybe, again, one of those inside pieces will step up and turn into a reliable player.
Yeah.
I think that the guards could be enough to have Tennessee be a rocky up-and-down team and be a bubble team that backs into the NCAA tournament at the end, because that is a pretty good collection of guards, and we've seen enough evidence in the past that you can be guard-heavy and set on depth and still get into the NCAA tournament in a down year. But, yeah, I agree. Even if they get into the NCAA tournament, I mean, overall, within the scope of things, a level of regression is definitely to be expected.
Yeah. Well, you win the school record for games. I mean, it'd be something if you actually beat that. But so you kind of, the smart bet would be something of a regression. But yeah, I do think that, okay, strong team, NCAAs, and then who knows? Virginia made the Final Four the year after Ralph Sampson graduated. Virginia won the national championship the year after they were bounced in the first round of the NCAAs by a 16 seed and all that. By the way, do you think Blackshear makes Florida a legitimate contender in the SEC next year?
Oh, I do. Florida really came together towards the end of this past year. They were a very dangerous team about the last 3 weeks of the season, which I'm including the SEC tournament in that. And you put Kerry Blackshear in there, and yeah, you're talking about a very dangerous team to the point where, I mean, it's almost, Mike White got a lot of heat last year for his coaching, and so he's got to really have. I don't think he can afford to have a bubble team this year with Florida. I think he's got to have a team that is a definite NCAA tournament team. Otherwise, he could be in trouble.
The Florida Gators with Blackshear, that was the big basketball news until DJ Burns. And again, why in the world would he be leaving Tennessee when it looked like he was going to be a starter this upcoming year and maybe have as many as 4 years starting for the Tennessee Volunteers. Hey, I'm going to take a break here in about 60 seconds. Caleb Calhoun of allfortennessee.com, one of the true journalists covering the Tennessee Volunteers. But I want to, before we go there, it's called Asian House Vols Talk with Caleb Calhoun of All for Tennessee. And Asian House is closed today. They will reopen on Friday. Don't forget that when you go there, they're in the Shops and West Market, right there on your way to Jonesboro, coming from Johnson City, that you will get 10% off if you mention Tri-City Sports Now, my name, Mark E. Bilson, or 1420 WEMB Sports Radio. So it is really one of the great places to eat in the Tri-Cities. It'll be coming back bigger and better. Tom treating his employees with respect and giving them some time off to celebrate Independence Day. So that's the reason why Asian House is closed this week, but they reopen on Friday. We'll be back with Caleb Calhoun after this.